English with EduWorld.
Learn English. Connect with world.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English with EduWorld. I'm Anna.
And I am Kenny. Today we have to start with a warning. This video might make you uncomfortable.
Imagine you are standing in a dark room. It is pitch black. You cannot see your own hands.
Suddenly, you take a step. Ouch! You feel a sharp pain in your foot.
You try to move again. Another cut. The floor is covered in sharp pieces of broken glass.
You are trapped. You are paralyzed by the fear of the unknown. You want to escape, but you don't know how.
This dark room is not a nightmare. It is your life.
Every day, you wake up in a house you cannot describe. You do tasks you cannot name.
The broken glass represents your daily chores, making the bed, folding the laundry, scrubbing the sink.
Most people think losing a job is a disaster, but the real tragedy is being a ghost in your own home.
You feel invisible. You feel silenced by a barrier you didn't even realize was there.
You are a prisoner in your own world because you lack the words to control it.
But what if the key to your prison cell is hidden in the mess?
What if the secret to fluency is not in a grammar book, but in the way you brush your teeth?
We are going to strip away the mystery today. We are going to turn your routine into a weapon for success.
This is a rescue mission for your mind. Stay with us until the very last second.
At the end, we will reveal a truth that will change how you see yourself forever.
Before we dive into this transformation, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell.
Your support is the heartbeat of this channel. It gives us the energy to keep creating these life-changing videos.
Join the movement. Refuse to be silent. Now, let's look deep inside.
We have a question for you. Be honest. Type your answer in the comments right now.
Which feeling haunts you more when you think about your daily life in English?
Type vocab if you stay quiet because you don't know the words for simple things. You feel judged, so you hide.
Type shy if you feel a crushing weight because you're losing your true self. You can't express your basic needs.
Which one is it? Vocab or shy? Don't think, just go with your gut.
Your comment is the first brick in the bridge we're building today. We're watching the comments now.
Let's begin the process of taking back your life.
As those answers pour into the comments, it is clear that your struggle is not just about words, but about losing your power.
To help you understand, Kenny and I want to share a secret. We have been where you are.
That's right. Even as teachers, we have felt that same paralyzing knot in our stomach.
I remember a morning last year. It was a normal Tuesday. I felt confident. I have a master's degree in English. I teach this language every day.
You are an expert, Anna. What happened?
My kitchen sink started leaking. Water was spraying everywhere. It was a disaster. I called the plumber. He was a friendly American man. He arrived and asked me a simple question. So, what's the problem here?
And what did you say?
I froze. My mind went blank. I knew the word for global warming. I knew the word for economic inflation. But I didn't know the word for faucet. I didn't know how to say leak.
You had no words for your own kitchen.
Exactly. I pointed like a child. I said, water, bad, here. I felt so small. I felt like a stranger in my own home. I was a professional woman, but in that moment, I was invisible.
I had a similar experience at the grocery store, Anna. I wanted to do the laundry. I stood in front of 50 different bottles.
That sounds easy enough.
No, I saw labels like fabric softener, bleach, and heavy-duty detergent. I didn't know which one was for my white shirts. I was afraid to ask for help. I thought the cashier would judge me.
What did you feel?
I felt sweating. I felt like everyone was looking at me. I walked out of the store without buying anything. I had the knowledge of books, but I lacked the vocabulary of survival.
This is the reality. We often learn the stars before we learn the ground.
We study for tests, but we forget to study our life. We forget to learn the objects we touch every single day.
Let's practice some of these survival words right now. Repeat after me. The sink is leaking.
The sink is leaking.
I need to do the laundry.
I need to do the laundry.
Where is the detergent?
Where is the detergent?
These are small sentences, but they are your weapons.
When you can name the leak stops controlling you. When you can name the detergent, the store stops being scary.
Our stories prove that fluency starts with honesty. You must admit that you are missing the foundation.
Your house should be your sanctuary. It should be the place where you feel most powerful.
If you feel like a guest in your own house, it is time to change. It is time to reclaim your territory.
We are moving from these stories into a new way of thinking. Stay with us.
Once you realize that even experts feel small without the right words, you have to ask yourself why this gap exists in the first place.
This brings us to the great disconnect of modern language learning. We spend years in classrooms studying complex things. We study global economics. We learn about climate change. We memorize long lists of academic verbs.
It feels like we are trying to reach for the stars. We want the big goals. We want the high-level jobs.
But there is a problem. We don't know how to describe the ground beneath our feet. We can explain a business plan, but we can't describe a pile of dirty laundry.
This creates a feeling of inadequacy. You feel like a stranger in your own skin. Most textbooks are dusty and boring. They teach you how to check into a hotel, but they don't teach you how to live in your own house.
Language is a bottom-up process. It is not top-down. Think about a tree. The leaves are the big words, but the roots are the small things. If the roots are weak, the tree falls over.
When you ignore your daily life, your English has no anchor. It floats in the air. This is why you feel anxious when you go to the kitchen. This is why you feel paralyzed when you see a mess.
You feel like you are failing, but you aren't failing. You are just disconnected. You have been taught to look far away, but you need to look right here.
Let's look at your environment. Your home is your first classroom. It is a laboratory for fluency. Mastering the vocabulary of your immediate reality is a radical shift.
It is about domestic fluency. This means being a master of your routine. When you name your daily burdens, they grow lighter. When you ignore them, they grow heavier.
Let's practice some grounding phrases together. Repeat after me. I am standing on the floor.
I am standing on the floor.
The floor is made of wood.
The floor is made of wood.
I am sitting on a soft rug.
I am sitting on a soft rug.
These sentences are simple, but they connect your brain to your body. They stop the fog.
When you can name the rug, you own the room. When you can name the ground, you can finally start to walk with confidence.
We need to stop reaching for the stars for a moment. We need to look at the objects we touch every hour.
This is the foundation of everything great. You cannot build a skyscraper on a swamp. You need solid ground.
Today, we are building that ground. We are turning the boring parts of your life into a powerful weapon for success.
This is not just a lesson. It is a way to reclaim your power. It is time to stop being a guest. It is time to be the owner.
Are you ready to change your perspective? Because the way you see your day is about to change forever. To bridge the gap between your home and your heart, you must learn the secrets of micro-naming.
This strategy is simple. Name it to own it. Most people are stuck in a translation loop. You see an object, you think in your mother tongue, then you translate.
That is too slow. It makes you tired. You need to break that loop right now.
Connect the object directly to the English sound. When you smell coffee, don't think of your language, just think coffee.
Use the mirror monologue. Talk to your reflection. Say, I am brushing my teeth, or I am washing my face.
These small labels stop the fog. They build a direct path in your brain.
Practice with us. Point and say, this is a cup.
This is a cup.
Say, I am holding the handle.
I am holding the handle.
Simple words, total power. You are no longer translating. You are living in English.
Once you feel safe in our community, you need a strong promise to hold on to every time you speak. English with EduWorld. Learn English, connect with world.
Speak with structure. Lead with confidence.
Easy English, but not boring English.
That is our promise to you.
Let's practice our slogan together.
Speak with structure.
Lead with confidence.
One more time.
Speak with structure.
Lead with confidence.
When you have structure, you have power.
When you have confidence, you have a new life. Once you break the translation loop with micronaming, you are ready to enter the most important classroom in the world, your own home.
Let's start at the very beginning. The second your eyes open, the world rushes back. For many, the morning is a battlefield of anxiety. You race against a clock that never slows down. But in this chaos, there is a rhythm. There's a sequence of events we do on autopilot. We say we wake up, but that is just the beginning. To wake up is a biological event. It is the moment your brain switches on. But to truly start your day, you must get out of bed. Think about the power in that phrase. It is an act of will. It is the moment you leave comfort and step into responsibility.
You hit on something deep there, Anna. If you don't name it, you don't own it. My mornings used to feel like a blur. I was thinking in my native language about an English world. I started forcing myself to use the present simple. It was a form of meditation. I would stand there and think, I make my bed. It sounds like a child's sentence, but there is ancient wisdom in it. Making your bed is the first win. When you fix your sheets, you tell the universe you are organized. You tell your brain you are ready for order. In English, we call this to fix or to make the bed. Use that. Say it out loud. I make my bed. Feel the sheets. Connect the touch to the sound.
Let's practice. Repeat after us. I wake up at 6.
I wake up at 6.
I get out of bed.
I get out of bed.
I make my bed every morning.
I make my bed every morning.
Then comes the water. The shower is where we wash away yesterday. Whether you take a shower or take a bath, this is your sanctuary. This is where I want you to practice the mirror monologue. Look at the steam on the glass. Speak your truth. Tell yourself, I am washing my face. I am brushing my teeth. This isn't just vocabulary, it is a way to stop the fog. When you connect cold water to the word cold, you build a neural pathway. You bypass your native language. You become a person who lives in English.
This extends to every small detail. I get dressed. Think about the choices. We don't just put on clothes, we choose an outfit. We button up a shirt, we tie our shoes, we put on a watch. Each of these is a phrasal verb. These are the building blocks of natural American English. If you can describe how you get ready, you will never feel lost in a basic conversation. And then the fuel. I have breakfast. In the US, we almost always use have instead of eat for meals. I have coffee, I have eggs. It's a small nuance, but it makes you sound like a neighbor, not a textbook.
Repeat after me. I take a shower.
I take a shower.
I brush my teeth.
I brush my teeth.
I get dressed for work.
I get dressed for work.
I have breakfast at 7.
I have breakfast at 7.
But life isn't just rituals and coffee. It is the labor that keeps the world turning. This brings us to the art of chores. Most people hate housework. They see it as a waste of time. But for us, the laundry room is a laboratory. When you do the laundry, you engage in a complex process. You sort the clothes into lights and darks, you load the washing machine, you add the detergent, and the most meditative part is folding the laundry. There's a rhythm. I fold the shirts, I match the socks. If you narrate this, you practice verbs of organization. You take something messy and make it ordered. That is what we are doing with your English. We are taking messy thoughts and folding them into neat sentences.
It's the same in the kitchen. Doing the dishes is a never-ending task. But think about the vocabulary. You scrub a pot, you rinse a plate, you dry a glass, you put away the groceries. These are the verbs of survival. If you can't say these things, how can you feel comfortable? These chores are your English fitness. You don't need a gym membership for your brain. You just need a sink full of dishes. Have the courage to describe it. I am taking out the trash.
It's a simple action, but it represents removing the old to make room for the new.
Let's practice these chores. I do the laundry.
I do the laundry.
I fold my clothes.
I fold my clothes.
I wash the dishes.
I wash the dishes.
I dry the plates.
I dry the plates.
This mindset must follow you into your professional life. This is where the pressure breaks people. We move from the home to the office. The stakes feel higher, but the mechanism is the same. Work is just a series of tasks and responsibilities. You answer emails, you attend meetings, you make phone calls. Kenny, how do you use English to stay calm when the to-do list is a mile long?
I use the language of obligation to prioritize. You must understand the difference between have to, need to, and should. This is where your power lies. I say to myself, I have to finish this report by 5. That's a hard deadline. Then I say, I need to call my client. That's a personal requirement for success. And finally, I should check my messages. That's a recommendation. It can wait. When you use these phrases, you aren't just practicing grammar. You're practicing emotional management. You are using English to organize your stress. You aren't just busy, you are prioritizing.
Let me tell you about a day I had last Tuesday. It was a crisis of the mundane. I woke up late because I forgot to set my alarm. I rushed out of bed. I didn't even have time to make my bed. I felt the chaos immediately. I had to drop off my daughter at school, but the car was out of gas. I had to fill up the tank while checking my watch. When I got to work, I had 50 emails waiting. I had to attend a 3-hour meeting. I felt like I was drowning. But in the middle of that stress, I started narrating. I am answering the first email. Now I'm answering the second. I am completing this task. By using the present continuous, I forced my brain to stay in the present. I stopped worrying about 50 emails. I focused on the one email I was writing.
That is the one-at-a-time philosophy. It's how you climb a mountain. It's how you learn a language. You don't learn English, you learn this sentence and then the next. Think about your errands. These are small missions outside the house. I go grocery shopping. I go to the bank to deposit a check. I pick up a package. Each is an opportunity to interact. When you run errands, you are a character in a story. You are the protagonist. You move through the city and accomplish goals. If you see yourself this way, vocabulary stops being a list. It starts being a script.
Repeat after me. I have to work.
I have to work.
I need to call my boss.
I need to call my boss.
I should take a break.
I should take a break.
I am running errands.
I am running errands.
And finally, we return home. The evening. I cook dinner. Or I make dinner. This is where we prepare for tomorrow. We set out our clothes. We pack a lunch. We get ready for bed. This final ritual is the closing of the circle. When you describe your evening routine, you give yourself permission to rest. You have named your day. You have accounted for your time. You transformed invisible work into visible progress.
There is no boring vocabulary. There are only boring ways of looking at it. Vacuuming the floor is an act of care. Answering an email is an act of connection. Making a phone call is an act of courage. When you change the label, you change the feeling. We've given you many tools today. Verbs of the morning, nouns of the kitchen, modal verbs of the office. But tools only work if you pick them up.
Think right now. What is one task you do every day? Maybe it is watering the plants. Maybe it is walking the dog. Name that task in your head. Say it 3 times. Connect it to the action. If you can name the smallest parts, you can name the biggest dreams. The bridge is built one chore at a time. The mountain is climbed one step at a time. Your fluency is built one task at a time.
Do not underestimate the power of the simple. It is the foundation of everything great. We are moving from the how into the why. Stay with us. We are about to look at the cost of staying silent and the incredible freedom that comes when you decide to speak.
Repeat one last time. I water the plants.
I water the plants.
I walk the dog.
I walk the dog.
I am getting ready for bed.
I am getting ready for bed.
I am proud of myself.
I am proud of myself. You should be proud. You are doing the work. You are naming your world. Now let's see what happens if you don't.
Let's talk about the shadow of silence.
Once you have the names for these small actions, you must confront the brutal truth of what it costs you to keep them locked inside.
Knowledge without urgency is just a wasted dream. Let's talk about the shadow that follows you. If you refuse to speak, you choose to live as a ghost.
Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You are still in that same kitchen. You are still looking at that same pile of laundry. You still feel that paralyzing knot in your stomach.
You cannot describe your reality. This stagnation is a slow death. It is the death of your confidence.
Every time you stay silent at work, you give away a piece of your future. You tell the world your ideas don't matter. You tell yourself your voice doesn't count.
That silence is a heavy, suffocating blanket. It buries the person you were meant to be. If you don't act now, you are a bystander in your own story.
Others will take the opportunities that belong to you. They aren't smarter, they are just braver. They are willing to speak poorly while you wait for perfection.
That is the pain of the status quo, but feel the pleasure of the alternative.
Imagine the morning you wake up and your first thought is in English. You look at your messy sheets and see a win. You say, I am going to make my bed. You feel a surge of power.
Imagine walking into a supermarket and navigating the aisles with a smile. You know exactly how to ask for what you need. You are participating in a global culture.
Think about the pride in your chest. You finish a project and explain your process clearly. You are not a learner anymore. You are a professional. You are a master of your craft.
That joy is unshakable. It is the feeling of a heavy weight being lifted. The world stops being scary. It starts being a playground for your mind.
You become the architect of your own happiness. A long to-do list feels like excitement. Each task is a chance to prove you are in control.
This life is waiting for you on the other side of your fear. It is a life of connection and clarity.
You have seen the two paths. One is silence and regret. The other is action and light.
The choice is yours, but remember, every day you wait is a day of freedom you will never get back.
Stop being a ghost. Start being a master. Let's practice some powerful mindset phrases. Repeat after me. I am not afraid to make mistakes.
I am not afraid to make mistakes.
My voice has value.
My voice has value.
I choose to speak today.
I choose to speak today.
I am the owner of my life.
I am the owner of my life.
Feel those words. Believe those words. Now, let's make a commitment. To bridge the gap between the ghost you once were and the master of your reality, you must transform your inner resolve into concrete action in the real world.
That is why we are going to practice 8 real-life scenarios right now. These are moments you will face in America or any English-speaking place.
Situation 1. Talking to a neighbor. You are in your front yard. Your neighbor, Mr. Smith, walks by. He says, "Nice day, isn't it?"
You don't just smile and nod, you say, "Yes, it is. I'm just watering my plants."
Simple and perfect. Situation 2. Small talk at the grocery store. The cashier asks, "How's your day going?"
Don't just say, "Good." Say, "It's busy. I'm running a few errands before lunch."
Situation 3. Explaining a problem at home. You call your landlord because the heater is broken. You say, "Hi, the heater is not working. It is very cold in my bedroom."
You named the problem. You took control. Situation 4. At the gym, someone asks, "Are you using this machine?"
You say, "Yes, I have 2 more sets left.
I'll be done in 5 minutes.
Situation 5, dropping off dry cleaning. You say, I need to drop off this coat. There is a small stain on the sleeve.
Stain and sleeve. Those are specific words for your real life. Situation 6, talking to a coworker about your weekend.
They ask, what did you do? You say, I finally did the laundry and caught up on some sleep.
Situation 7, at the bank. You say, I'd like to deposit this check into my savings account, please.
Situation 8, encouraging a friend. Your friend feels tired of studying. You say, don't give up. Let's set a small goal and learn 5 new words today.
Let's practice these key phrases one more time. Repeat after me. I am watering my plants.
I am watering my plants.
I am running errands.
I am running errands.
The heater is not working.
The heater is not working.
There's a stain on my sleeve.
There's a stain on my sleeve.
I have 2 more sets left.
I have 2 more sets left.
I need to deposit a check.
I need to deposit a check.
Let's set a small goal.
Let's set a small goal.
Do you feel the difference? These aren't just sentences from a book. These are sentences from your Tuesday, your Friday, your life.
When you use these words, the world starts to open up for you. You are no longer just watching, you are participating.
Every time you speak, you build a bridge. Every scenario is a new opportunity to show the world who you are.
This is the movement we are building here at English with EduWorld. We want you to be an active part of this transformation.
Take this video and send it to a friend who feels trapped in their routine. Be the person who helps them find the key.
And before you leave, go to the comments. Share one small win from your morning that you will name in English tomorrow.
When you write it down, you make it real. Let's build this bridge together, one task at a time. As the echoes of our conversation settle, I want you to take a deep breath. Look around your room. The mountain of daily tasks that you once feared has now become a staircase. This staircase is leading you directly to your freedom.
We have traveled a long way together. We looked at the intimate rituals of your morning. We explored the disciplined labor of your household chores. We even faced the high-pressure demands of your professional life.
You have seen how the simple act of naming a task, like making your bed or answering an email, strips away its power to overwhelm you. It transforms a burden into a linguistic triumph.
This journey was never just about learning new words. It was about reclaiming the territory of your own mind. You are no longer just getting through the day. You are narrating a life of purpose.
Remember, fluency is not a final destination marked by a certificate. It is the courage to speak your truth in the messy, beautiful, and mundane moments of right now. You have the map, you have the tools, and most importantly, you have the voice. The silence is finally over.
The profound lesson.
The quality of your life is determined by the quality of the labels you give it. If you see a chore as a boring burden, it will exhaust you. But if you see it as English fitness, it will empower you.
How to apply this today. Pick just one task today, the one you dislike the most, maybe washing the dishes or taking out the trash. As you do it, narrate every movement out loud in English. I am picking up the sponge. I am scrubbing the pot. I am making things clean. By doing this, you turn a moment of dread into a moment of growth. You stop being a victim of your routine and become the master of your language.
Community interaction.
Before we say goodbye, we want to hear from you to inspire others in our community.
What is the one English word or phrase you learned today that you are going to use tomorrow morning?
Please share it in the comments below. We love reading your answers because we all learn better together.
And if this video helped you see your life in a new way, please subscribe to English with EduWorld and hit the like button. Your support is what gives us the motivation to keep creating these deep, life-changing lessons for you.
Take care, stay brave, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.